Hi, my name's Jamie and I'm a filmmaker on a quest to watch more movies. A lot more movies. All the movies. So every week I go down to my favorite video store and I rent and watch about 5 movies I've never seen before. Then I reflect. Then I do an analytical review in the time it takes to play the trailer, or whatever I can get, and give each a totally objective star rating, and then select a pick of the week. I'm doing 100 of these, 500 movies. I hope to make it that you want to stick around. This week on the Rental Report Review. After a series of chance meetings, a shiftless motorbike enthusiast Co begins a romance with a carefree girl named Mio. His motorbike, her island, 1986. Sometimes, love is the most dangerous game of all. Against all odds, 1984. Savage truth, stronger than fiction. He walked by night, 1948. Prepare to be entertained. Gladiator 2024. Suddenly and without warning, it's tomorrow, and you're dead. The Psychic, 1977. Brother, there just ain't no yearning like Japanese yearning. The entire spectrum of yearning, illicit to redemptive, every strata of society, concealed, rebellious, sacrificial, selfish, selfless, but coming of age yearning, I don't think there's anyone else in the same ballpark, on the same planet. The Wild One. There may be no topping The Wild One, but a continent and a hemisphere away, the blood of that movie courses through this one's veins. A descendant, maybe a cousin, but a first cousin. His motorbike, her island, is quite taut. We're talking mostly archetypes here, and some hairpin genre turns, staying well this side of trite. But I don't want to describe it in double negatives. It's passion and soul and broken love and motorcycles and bars and motorcycle gangs and journalism. This movie broke my fucking heart. I give his motorbike, her island, 1986, 4 stars. I just wish Ko was more Brando, more Shishido, more Kobayashi. No shade on Riki Takeuchi. I know it's an adaptation and I greatly appreciate the elliptical pace, but it could have used more. I needed more. More to buy Takeuchi as Ko more, to see more of the tricky middle every relationship runs to after the honeymoon. It's stylish, experimental, narratively fulfilling, and it will give you a new crush or 3. If you're not into this, at least a little bit, I don't know if we can be friends.
She stole 50 grand from me.
The cast, the premise, the thick cinematography, the hot, sexy locations, hot and sweaty West Side, suns out, buns out beaches, hot, sexy cars, hot, sexy Phil fucking Collins. Take a look at me now. Was written for this? Fuck off. I didn't know, not an inkling, that this was a remake inspired by Out of the Past until the end credits. Probably one of my top 2-3 classic film noir ever.
I like tacos and I like beer.
Is this that? No. It makes intriguing choices, updates, swerves, skin. But the thing I think it totally fumbles is that it got bogged down in intro character and plot detail sludge that didn't really add up to anything.
You could hurt us.
You mean you could hurt me?
And didn't really pay off. Didn't even try to pay off. If you feel compelled to tell me everything about a character's past, to try to make them compelling and make me care, and that character is played by Jeff Bridges with abs and a beard, you failed. I give Against All Odds 1984 3.25 stars. It's early hunky lead Bridges. It really wants to work, but he just pouts and reckless supercar race across the West Side aside doesn't do much or show much that informs his character. If he said basically literally nothing the whole movie, 4.5 stars.
All units in the vicinity of State Street and Santa Monica Boulevard.
What can I say? This hits a lot of my noirgenist zones. Subject matter, tone, journo documentaryism, a murder spree chase down based off of a real-life murder spree chase down. Not a whole lot of dames, though. Shadows, up angles, wide lenses, shooting out in the actual city, Los Angeles City, or at least, But I'm not totally hot on this. You know what I mean?
A lot of other precautions, too. No fingerprints, no identification, nothing definite.
I just could not get totally over the hump with this one. Maybe I need to see it in a theater. I think the adherence to the actual events made it a little too fragmented.
I got it right here.
But it also wasn't docu enough to support that. There was also this detached or discord of cold grisliness, psychopathy, against almost naive sensibilities of dialogue and performance that made it feel behind the times instead of ahead of its time, which is what this is. I give He Walked by Night 1948 3.85 stars. It was released in 48, but feels more like a movie from 50 that's stuck in the past. I know it's only 2 years, but Jesus, a lot did change then.
Wait a minute. He wasn't a cop.
It was missing some internal juice for me. It needed something more salacious and maybe even more voyeuristic and less milk delivery. I guess Hitchcock doesn't show how it's done until, well, this year. It was missing Freud is what it was. John Alton, one of noir's greatest cinematographers, stunting on fools here. I need to go through his extensive career, maybe latter career. This era Alton is featured in Visions of Light, a documentary not nearly well known enough.
There's just every technique visually. There's a language far more complex than words.
It's worth catching even in 480.
Strength and honor!
You hear a lot of people ask, a lot of idiots ask, what the hell is Ridley Scott doing? If you're talking about his post-Alien films, I would agree. But I would counter that you're an idiot, that you're still an idiot. They look gorgeous. That's all he's ever cared about. Everything else is incidental to top-notch, and there's no shortage of epic misfires in the Xenomorph Universe franchise. Ridley Scott is doing exactly what Ridley Scott has always done. Am I going fucking crazy here?
It will carry you.
I mean, good, normal, honest people love this film. I'm not there yet, but people questioning Ridley need to sit the fuck down and chill. No one else can make this that's still alive. Enjoy him while he's still here. The man is a gourmand. Enjoy the meal.
But I will have my vengeance.
Should this exist? I don't know. Maybe Ridley should have just made another movie about the Roman Empire, but there's no counting on green lights for anyone these days. Maybe never was. And I also know that the man likes to play the game. Moving a project through the machine is half the art of the man's work.
I have the trust of the Emperor.
I give Gladiator II 2024 3.5 stars. Is it as good as the original? Not even close, but that's the script. There could be a sequel that gave me tears in addition to the occasional chills, and from speeches, but hoist as Denzel can, the primary threads are pretty weak. It never breaks.
Most fighters won't survive.
You must help him.
I bet there's another cut.
Strength and honor!
Denzel alone is worth the watch, but then you also have him in Ridley's car, and it's a must-watch. He's the most compelling thing and almost pulls a Splinter film right out of this. The sets are great, the cinematography is great, the visual effects are great. It moves apace. I just wish narratively it was a little more unhinged.
Everything is forgotten in time. Empires fall, so do emperors.
This is war! Real war!
The odds are against you. The odds are always against me.
Ready to round!
Giallo this, Giallo that. Giallo be kidding me. I didn't even know this Italian subgenre existed until about 2 years ago, maybe. I studied its apparent supplicants and progeny, but I mostly skimmed right by it or through it totally unconscious. What is it? Look it up, or listen to video archives. Anyway.
Every 10 or 15 years, a film is produced that is so overwhelming.
I love the concept, the spirit of Giallo, but few of its actual individual instantiations. This is my third Fulci. I've had my hopes high with him coming off of New York Ripper and Devil's Honey, so this felt conservative, tame. For a late 70s film about a psychic trapped in a Hitchpo murder mystery, it could have used a bit more electricity.
Should be forewarned.
The narrative conceit that I don't want to spoil was totally spoiled by the lack of sustained tension. Pressure builds and releases pretty much within each scene, only to try to ramp it back up the scene or so later. I give The Psychic 1977 3.25 stars. I cannot stress how good the premise is and how gorgeous many of the shots and sequences and heroines are. There's also just something about Italian music supervisors or whoever it is that picks the music for these things that must be some industry plant just pushing the pick of the week to make the charts, no matter how much it doesn't work in any given film. Has anybody else noticed this, or are the Italians just that fucking groovy? This week, my weekly pick of the week is... It's not even close. Not by a left-sided country mile. His motorbike, Her Island. So many cheap exits passed for a long haul into my heart. Fuck you, Obayashi sensei. This week's bonus feature is... This was a little more of a four-way neck race. Unbuttoned pants acting, Undercity lurking, The Underrated Master, The Underrated Master, or An Unknowing Soothsayer. Out of the Past. No, Against All Odds. No, a double feature. It's not the best neo-noir, but it's essential to see how good a regular adult thriller could be. Then make it a triple feature with Against All Odds. Quadruple. I know I will. Thank you so much for watching. You can follow me on Instagram and X to see what movies I'm renting next, and pretty much everything is on my letterbox. I am going to go watch some more movies. I hope you do too. Pretty well.